All right, so this is something I wanted to talk about, right? Crack open and brew. So many people are very offended by this tweet, and I find it very odd, right? So we have, how many more times do we have to prove, it means prove this, that Pakistan is the best region of Tekken, right? Good old regional pride. Good old, let's go, my country's the fucking best, right? If you're Japanese and you play Street Fighter, you're like, yeah, my country's the best at Street Fighter. Get fucked, everyone. If you're a Soul Calibur player, you're like, my country is France. We're the best, even though it's truly America. Anyways, back to the point. A lot of people aren't on Arslan Ash's side about that. He's they're very weird, right? Like, damn, Chanel was so humble congratulating Dawood, and Arslan needs to be toxic. Your pride was that hurt, dude? Come on, didn't see that one coming. I was that toxic, right? There's a few other people who kind of say the same thing, right? They're like, Arslan, yeah, here we go. Arslan, we love you, but please stay humble. This doesn't look good. Huh? Stay humble, bro. Let actions speak rather than words. What's the problem? I don't get it. Right? I think that having regional pride, like, he's not even specifically saying him. Let's think about this, chat. How many times we have to prove this, that Pakistan is the best region of Tekken? He's not knocking any other region. He's not saying that any other region sucks. He's not doing what us Americans do. EU free you, EUP. He's not doing that, right? What he's saying is, hey, we're the best. We're the best. I love my region, right? We can lose a tournament like they just did, right? They just lost an event. Joka versus Super Okuma was grand finals. Arslan Ash lost to Anakin in losers top 8. And then Anakin also lost, right? I think he got 4th or whatever. So it was an all EU grand finals, right? That happens, right? So now EU could be like, how many times do we have to prove this? Don't sleep on us, right? Us Americans, we're still gonna go EUP. We're gonna like shit on the other countries, right? He's not even shitting on the other countries here. He's just having regional pride, specifically about Pakistan. I love that. I think regional pride and like regional rivalries really bring out a lot in the scene, right? Instead of all the negativity and like kind of mean shit we get like funny tweets and like kind of like jabs at each other, right? So Chanel, who lost to Dawood in grand finals of TGU, right? The thing that Arslan Ash made this tweet about, because Dawood is also from Pakistan, right? So that's 2 or 3 Pakistan victories, right, in the past couple weeks, right? Evo was won not by Pakistan, but so many other events were, right? So let's go here. This was made about 2 hours ago, maybe an hour and a half ago, and here's the tweet. And here is Chanel's sneak quote tweet. Arslan is so much fun. What he means is Arslan's really funny. And the reason why he says that is because Arslan lost to Anakin, a very, very strong American Tekken player, right? Anakin is one of the best to ever do it in Tekken, regardless of region. They fought each other in loser side. Arslan lost. Anakin moved on. And then immediately Anakin lost to an EU player, right? And then we see takes like this. Wow, hate for Arslan is unreal. It's really difficult being on the top. Arslan is fine. If you don't believe you are the best, you are a loser at heart. This is where it's supposed to be. I respect Pakistan, and they have already proven to be the best country. Do you really need to send 12 people out and get 8 in top 8 in every major to show that they run it right now? I mean, I would love to see it, right? So this guy's on their side. He's like, dude, Pakistan's the best. Pakistan's sick. And then we have this guy. Staying humble saves you from future embarrassment. How is making top 8 in an event embarrassment? How is making top 8 at an event where you're the only representation embarrassment? That is consistency. That's peak consistency. You made top 8. Surely you didn't win, but you were consistent. And then the last event, TGU, there was 2 or 3 Pakistan players in top 8. That is consistent, and a Pakistan player won. It wasn't Arslan, it was Dawood, but regardless, there was a Pakistan player. What was it? The grand finals of the event that must no longer be named because of bad sponsors or whatever. Grand finals was Arslan Ash versus Nee, but I think a Wise Honey, also from Pakistan, got 3rd. Having regional rivalry and camaraderie within the people in your own region is a good thing, right? It means that what you're doing is you're bumping up your boys and you're telling your boys, we got this, let's go, right? It's being the hype man, being the voice for your region. You don't even have to be popular, right? It's just like the people who always say Midwest, mid-best. I mean, Midwest is the best, right? Or Midwest, mid-best, mid-best, Midwest, whatever, right? We, as the entire collective United States, like to keep the Midwest down. But the Midwest has so much regional pride that whenever one of their players, no matter who, no matter how good, makes it in the top 8, they are screaming at the top of their lungs for their Midwest representation, right? There's regional rivalries even inside the United States. East Coast versus West Coast, Midwest versus East Coast, Midwest versus West Coast, right? And now think about that throughout your entire country. So many people seem to have the idea that people can't be good if they're not from some regions, because people always trash talk some regions. Yeah, like EUP. I think that that's really unhealthy. Like just saying like all of EU stinks. EU sucks. Ew, right? When instead, all Arsenal was doing here was saying, my region's the best. I love my region. Let's fucking go, right? That's all he's doing. He's not saying, oh, you motherfuckers suck. If you're not Pakistan, you can't be good at Tekken. Get shit on, nerds. Like that wasn't really the intention of this tweet, right? Yeah, like the classic JP is better than USA mentality for fighting games. Unfortunately, it still rings true. For Evo, Street Fighter 5, we still never got to win one. But hey, right, like having that regional pride, like seeing IDOM make it all the way to grand finals, wanting IDOM to run it, wanting IDOM to make it, IDOM to steal that crown from the Japanese usurpers, and finally get a US victory for Evo, for for Street Fighter 5 would have been great. It would have been amazing. That's something that everyone in America, no matter how great of a fan you are of Kiwana, Ito, of Daigo, you in your heart somewhere, you wanted it. And you know what that is? That's regional pride. Those are regional rivalries. You're putting your bias aside. You're like, man, fuck Idom's character. Man, if he wins Evo right now, that is so big for America. You put it aside. You let it go because you want to see someone who you relate to in some way winning. It's the same way as people who, I don't know, watched me do my 2 almost top 8 runs for Soul Calibur 6 online tournaments, right? And they rooted for me because they were also ZOS players. Ron the Tryhard, Pharamantris. They were rooting for me, not because maybe they like me, maybe they don't, right? Maybe they wanted someone else to win more, but they rooted for me in top 8 because they wanted to see me do well with the character. It's the same thing. Instead of it being regional pride, character pride. Main pride. That's my main. I want to see my main do well, right? Every time I see Pharamantris around the Tryhard tournament, I root for them. Even if there's a player I think is really dope and I know they're gonna win, I'm like, no, I want Pharamantris to take this. Right? Kawano versus Idom, one of the best Street Fighter 5 sets ever. I think one of the, like literally down to the wire. It was amazing. It was a great set. I don't really watch a lot of Street Fighter 5, but yeah, I was really impressed by it. And the whole time, all I thought was, I'm jumping out of my seat if I see Idom win. Did I even want to see IDOM as the American representation in Grand Finals? I expected it. Would I have rather seen Chris CCH or Brian F? Hell fucking yes. But I was still rooting for IDOM again. That's just how it works, right? Regional rivalries and regional pride is good for the game. Like, it's not bad for the game. What's bad for the game is having the mentality that a certain region is the best and has to put every other region down. Right? How back in the day for Tekken, we used to say, if you weren't from Korea, you weren't winning. Right? So, Tekken 5, Tekken 6 days. If you weren't Korean or Ryan Hart, you're not winning an event. It's just not happening. And we've proven so many times that that's not entirely true, right? Pakistan, great players. USA, we have players like Cuddleport, players like Anakin, players like Shadow 20Z. We have great players coming out of every region. There was an event in Europe that was just won, and all of top 3 was Europe. America, shit out. Pakistan, shit out. I don't know if there was any Japanese players. That kind of mentality is a self-fulfilling prophecy, yeah. Idom makes it Street Fighter 5 really fun to watch. I like the characters he plays for set play reasons. That's why I said like fuck. Like some people might be like fuck his characters. I hate his set play as bullshit characters, but they're really fun to watch. Especially with his reaction times, he's not just playing the set play. He's also playing neutral really well, right? And so, basically, all I wanted to say was I don't think that this. Yeah, here we go. If you're not Asian, nobody will give you credit. You can win anything, beat them, and people are still going to defend them. Hey, what up, Broken Heaven? How you doing? I think that that's like part of the mentality that people used to have, right? Is that Asians were just better at Tekken. Asians were just better at all fighting games or whatever, right? And having this regional pride for a country that's so dominant right now, stay humble, champ. No, you don't need to stay humble. Fuck that. Don't stay humble. Talk that shit. But NA will never beat Korea in StarCraft? Yeah, probably not, man. Stay humble, bro. Like, I think we read that one already. If it is, why didn't it win Evo? Yeah, look at that. This right here. If the only two Pakistani that went to Evo got second and third, that is very good. That's crazy. Imagine trying to say that, you know, because they didn't win an event, that they're not the best or most consistent. He's just got the regional pride. I think when you're this big, unfortunately, there's gonna be so many people that just wanna see you fall, right? They just want you to tumble, right? And it's a super whack mentality about putting any region over another. Really, truly, all I want is for everyone to just have their region on their back, right? Like, I used to have an American flag up in the background of my streams before my country started doing real fucky shit, politically. But when it comes to, playing fighting games, I'm definitely always going to root for the American. I'm always going to root for the American. I don't care if it's one of my favorite players from another region versus some Joe Schmo I've never seen before. I'm rooting for my American comrade. We are brothers in arms. We share one thing in common in this moment, and it is to defeat the usurpers and the invaders. Regional rivalries are sick. Don't let them die, and don't call them toxic. I think that it only helps to kind of bolster the spirit of everyone and keep the pride alive in fighting games, right? I think that some of the best stories in fighting games come from regional pride and regional rivalries more than anything else. Anyways, if you like this little talk segment, kind of rant dealio, you know what the deal is. I do this for YouTubes every now and then. And if you like the video, comment down below who your favorite players to watch from your region are. If you have regional pride, or if you think regional pride is super toxic, and we shouldn't have it, right? Ever, at all. And go ahead and like the video and subscribe to the channel. And this has been Beanie Thuggish for the YouTube, signing out and saying